What's up, everybody? James Duggan here with IGN to talk you through a match I played of Apex Elite last night. The date of recording is June 5th. The patch went live at 3 p.m. on June 4th, which added a couple of new Season 1 incentives, like a race skin, as well as an R301 skin that, sidebar, is my favorite skin in the entire game. Fantastic stuff. But from a functional sense, they added a specific queue called Apex Elite. Now, what you need to do to get into the Elite queue is you need to place in the top 5 of just a regular match. You can do it solo, you can do it with a group. At that point, it unlocks the Apex Elite queue, which is a limited time event over about the next 2 weeks. There are a bunch of challenges to do that get you various skins for like Bloodhound and banner icon and all that good stuff. Definitely a lot of fun stuff in there, like getting some wins and placing in top 5. There's a challenge to place in the top 5 in the top 5 bracket. So that's what I set into this game to do. These other two teammates here are not people that I know, just random teammates, and I think I'm really happy that I went in with this experience. Purple Shield, hell yeah. Because it kind of gave me the full Apex Elite experience and why this mode is so interesting, and I really hope they bring it back and it's more than just a limited time thing. I'm going to be jumping ahead past all the boring stuff like gathering loot. The main thing that I have to say about Apex Elite is people play very, very differently in this compared to just randomly queuing up. It's much more conservative. As I say that, we're about to charge into the zone here to fight another team, but definitely you want to land in a space that's not, you know, the Skulltown hot drop. You want to get geared up. You want to be coordinated. And you all definitely want to be on the same page when you're going into a fight. So that was really interesting. I've never been to a tournament. I've never competed at like a Fortnite event or something like that. But this definitely feels like it is kind of working at that motif, which is really exciting because the stakes are that much higher. And this kind of reinvigorated the adrenaline rush that I felt the first few times I played this game when it came out a few months ago. So here I have an R301 with this new skin, which is completely badass, and then I have the Prowler with that legendary optic that allows you to see through smoke and highlights enemies. Playing as Lifeline here. My main Wraith got taken, but that's alright. And here's a great example of, like, teams need to work together, especially in Apex Elite, because if you don't have your teammates, you're not going to win, straight up. So we jump into the zone here, and one of my teammates just decides to rush in and get these kills, and I'm like, hey, I got your back. I don't really care what happens. I'd rather just die as a team than fight alone. That guy had a gold knockdown shield. It's funny that I say that because I'm about to contradict that later in the video, as you'll see, but that was not an intentional play. My teammate here is pushing another enemy. I decided to go for the flank because this teammate has been pretty competent thus far. I imagine he can hold his own, and for whatever reason, he is unable to clutch the 1v1 here. So I come around the corner and just do a little burst on Wraith there to get the kill. Not sure if there are still more enemies, so I decided to try and angle my shield away. Get the revive. Love Lifeline being in the zone because you can toss this drone out and you're just going to be fine. Not a lot of balance stuff happening with this particular patch. It's more quality of life things. They changed. Jumping feels much smoother now. There's a hilarious animation when you pick the Mozambique up, you throw it down. They added a bunch of skins. They're kind of getting ready for Season 2 and responding to some feedback and criticism that the skins that were offered in Season 1 were not that good. And I totally agree with that. I think that the new race skin and the new R301 skin are the standard of quality I want to see moving forward for all legendary skins. I know there's additional model work on almost every legendary skin, but they feel pretty close to a retexture sometimes, so I hope that with the added resources that Respawn has, they can start working at that. This is a really interesting fight. Totally not going to lie there, I thought it was Wraith when I hit Q there. But it said I just used my drone at a completely inopportune time. This is a very disadvantageous position for us to be in. So, were this a normal game, I think I probably would have just pushed this. I probably would have, like, asked my teammates to huck a couple nades and just push it and see what happened. If we win, we win. If we don't, we just queue up again. But this is Apex Elite, so I want to survive. I want to win. We're already in the top 5 at this point. There's 3 squads left. It's been a relatively uneventful game, except for that kind of foray into the zone earlier. But what's exciting about this is what, you know, you play for. You play to place first, specifically in Apex Elite, and I've always been of the mindset that you just go in to get kills and whatever happens, happens, but I really want to win. So I see an enemy coming up, and this is where the rest of the match takes place. I think there's only one in here, but there's actually the full team, and I go into full freakout mode. And right here, I misplay. I'm actually going to back that up. I have this decent exchange, potato a little bit, with this Pathfinder, but the mistake I make here is instead of going to the left and strafing to the left, I should turn around and try and get back and try and regroup with my team. But instead, I freak out, and I jump off, and they die. I lose my teammates, and that is a huge disadvantage. I feel pretty bad about it. Now they're dead. I'm definitely not going to get a revive off, even though there is one right here. But there are just 2 other full squads left, so 2 teams of 3. I get a nice little burst on that Octane there with the Prowler with the Select Fire, which is just so dirty, dude. I love it. Decided to heal here. This turns out to be my very clutch spot for this match. I hear them fighting the other team of 3, so I decide to kind of go in here. Octane hitbox made a Swiss cheese there, or maybe I'm just potatoing, I don't know, unable to hit. Either way, I decide to slide in. I hear the revive happening from the enemy lifeline, so I go to clean up 2 here, get the execution on 1 there, the elimination rather, back out, and now I know that that Octane is dead, because there's an enemy team pressing in of 3, so at this point, I'm aware it's a 3v1v1 scenario. I fight this Pathfinder. I'm not sure if that's... I assume that's the Pathfinder for the full team. At this point, I'm like, okay, game's over. I die. I decide the only way that I'm going to live is get through this door. Potentially do some shenanigans. Look at my life total there. It is nothing. Get the shield battery off. Lifeline with that increased healing passive. Super, super nice. Instead of using the medkit here, because it emanates a noise, putting down my drone to do the same thing even though I have 40 seconds left on it, I decide to just wait. If I heal here, I die. There's an enemy Pathfinder. You can see the sparks flying. You can hear one of the people in the team of 3, the player above me on the roof. So I just need to bide my time and hope that the other player chooses to engage. And they do. So then I get the med kit off, and now's my time to shine. Basically, me and this one other player need to work together to bring down this team of 3. He's killed 1. I get that Pathfinder down for the elimination. His buddy Octane comes running up. We'll see here in a second. There he is. This is the Peacekeeper shot, and there's the kill. So now it's 1v1, and my heart is beating through my chest. This is super intense. Get a gold body shield there, which, as we all know, does absolutely nothing. And now I just kind of loot up. I'm looking. I'm thinking maybe he's going to want to push. Teammates give me a little bit of encouragement there. Much needed. Glad they haven't checked out and disconnected. It's really cool to know that they're still invested in it, even though I kind of let them down earlier. Got to get some more heavy ammo here, and just kind of gear up. Definitely a little bit of a risk to do this. The zone closes both, and this kind of speaks to Apex Elite. We both decide to play for zone instead of pushing, instead of being aggressive. We decide we want to win, so we play conservative. We both try and get the most advantageous positions possible. I actually spotted him a second ago, so I know where he's coming. And I should not have shot there. That was a mistake. I didn't have a clean shot. He knows where I'm at, but regardless, I light him up here, and now the game's over, right? His shield is down. I got the drop on him. But wait! Oh my god, he's Pathfinder, and I got you baited, and he outplayed me, and now shit. Everything's terrible. So the fight has to reset. I can't go back up the same way. That closest entrance, he would be fully healed to that point, expecting me. So now I just need to reset the fight. And this is a terrible, terrible, terrible position to be in. If I was anxious before, I'm twice as anxious now. And now I just decide to look for him. Again, not a great engagement there. I decide to do the same play, which is not a great idea, but hey, I'm not thinking straight at this point. This time he's ready for it, and bad news, he's got a Mastiff. He decides to come up. He gets one shot on me that takes more than half my HP, and now I dip, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a loss. He comes down, aim with the R301, hit a couple shots, not great, but the Prowler, that's a nice focus from the hip fire. Clutch it. At this point, it's like 2 a.m., and I scream. I just go absolutely nuts, and I'm sure I woke my upstairs neighbors up, but I had the time of my life. Apex Elite is fantastic. You guys have to check it out. If for no other reason than just the experience, but you can also get all these great skins, and you meet some people that are very, very like-minded players. That's the one thing I love about this. A few of us added each other after this, and you come in and it's a different dynamic. It's not trolly and it's not monotonous. You're just going in to win. You're going in as a team, and potentially you walk away from it with a few friends that you really vibe with. So anyway, that was my experience with Apex Elite. If you enjoyed the video, shoot me a follow on Twitter at ThugginDuggan. Be sure to check out our patch rundown video, which we'll be posting on IGN and the YouTube. And for all things Battle Royales, keep it right here on IGN.